With 2 locations in Vergas and Perham, make the right call. Call Hanson's, the most trusted name in plumbing and heating.
Nadine's is blowing the lid off fashion and service. Nadine's has cutting-edge fashion from Tribal, Woolrich, Liz Claiborne, and more. Plus, Nadine's is your headquarters for Brighton jewelry and accessories. Nadine's in Perham. Why look just okay when you can look great?
Hi, welcome to the Perham Show. My name is Amy, and I am joined by Christy Stahl today. She is the Volunteer and Event Coordinator of the United Way of Otter Tail County. Christy, it's always nice to have you on the show. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me, Amy.
Yes, so you have a couple events that are coming up this week.
Yep, this week we are going to we're kicking off our largest campaign of the year.
Okay.
United Way runs the largest federated campaign in Otter Tail County, and so we are going to be having quite a few events to do those kickoffs.
Sure. So what kickoffs do you have coming up this week?
September 11th, we will be doing our Pelican Rapids campaign kickoff breakfast, and that will be at Alamos in Pelican Rapids.
Okay.
September 12th, we will be doing our Fergus Falls Leadership and Business Breakfast, and that will be at the Pioneer Care and Celebration Center. And then September 18th in Perham, we will be doing our Perham Day of Caring and campaign kickoff breakfast.
Okay, and I love the Day of Caring. I've seen a lot of information about that recently. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how it works?
Day of Caring is a day where the juniors and seniors from Perham High School will go out into the community and do projects for senior citizens and homebound individuals.
Okay.
Projects will include raking, washing windows, cleaning out gardens, any outdoor project that might be hard for somebody who is a little bit older or might have some sort of disability.
Okay, are you still looking for volunteers to help with that?
We are, yes. We are looking for volunteers. We are hoping we need to get those applications back from the juniors and seniors by September 9th. We need to order t-shirts and get breakfast set up, so we need to know how many people will be coming to that. Yesterday, Courtney Rooney and Lizzie Fudge did a little talk at the Perham High School and gave out applications, so we're hoping to get those applications back in. It'll be a great day. It's a great day to give back to the community. The juniors and seniors will receive community service hours for this.
Okay.
And we're hoping the weather's good.
Yes, yes. So now if somebody needs help with some outside work, should they contact the United Way?
They can.
Okay.
Our deadline has passed, but we can take
Okay.
a few more. They have to reside in the city of Perham.
Sure.
The kids will be walking,
Okay.
and they can contact me. My number is 218-770-9406, and I can get them an application. We need to know what they need done at their house, so
Sure.
we can kind of plan for that.
Sure. So do you have quite a few people signed up?
We do. We have 11 homes right now, as well as a couple community projects.
Okay, great.
So I think that will keep us busy.
Yes, and if the weather's nice, that'll be perfect.
We are hoping, yes.
We are hoping,
Crossing
yes.
our fingers.
So why don't you tell us again, tell us about your kickoff dates in Fergus Falls and Pelican Rapids.
Yep, September 11th, Pelican Rapids. We'll have a campaign kickoff breakfast at Elmo's. September 12th, our Fergus Falls Leadership and Business Breakfast at the Pioneer Care and Celebration Center. And then September 18th, we will start our Day of Caring with a breakfast at Calvary Lutheran. It starts at 7 a.m. And we'll have some speakers. Erin Anderson, the new activities director, will be speaking, as well as our United Way president and director. And then the kids will take off at about 8:30 and go out into the community.
Okay, perfect. Now is all this information on your website too?
It is on our Get Connected webpage.
Okay.
So they can just go to the United Way of Otter Tail County website and hit volunteer on the left-hand side, and they can get all the information on Get Connected.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks so much for being here today. You always have a lot going on, and
We do.
You guys do a really nice job supporting our community. So.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thanks for being here today, Christy. Christy Stahl is the Volunteer and Event Coordinator for the United Way of Otter Tail County. If you would like more information, you can give her a call at 346.
Actually, 218
770
9406.
9406.
That's all right.
Perfect. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank
We're going
you.
to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
When it comes to technology, I'm pretty low maintenance. I just want internet that's fast and reliable. Lots of channel options for my TV, including HD and multi-room DVR. Oh, and friendly customer service, of course. No one delivers the products and services I need like Arvig. It's pretty simple, really. Arvig provides lots of choices for me and my family, all for an unbeatable value. And knowing I can get all of that and more from Arvig, well, that keeps me and my family happy. Arvig, it's all here. Follow us on Facebook or visit arvig.com.
Welcome back to the Perham Show. I am joined with Denny and Carolyn Reynolds. They are part of the East Ottertail County Master Gardeners. And Carolyn kind of specializes in the flowers, and Denny specializes in the vegetables and produce. And they are going to talk a little bit about how to prepare those things for the fall. So Carolyn, why don't we start with you? What should people be doing right now?
Okay, now is the time to look at those plants. You know, they've had a very stressful year with the fact that we've had very little rain. And so you need to go out. One thing before you want to do is make sure that they're well watered going into the fall, because that's going to be primary for them to be able to come back in the spring. If you look at your flower bed, I know sometimes during the year there's a flower that you say, oh, it's either too tall or maybe it doesn't look quite right in that area, and so let's move it. Well, now would be the time to move your plant. If it's 2 to 3 years old and it's getting kind of large, then what you should be doing is you should be cutting your plant down. You could maybe make 4 or 6 plants out of that. If the roots pull apart easily, you can just take a hose, wash the roots and stuff off real good, and pull them apart to plant them. Then you want to take and make sure that you cut off a majority of it. Maybe leave about 4 inches of foliage, since it'll still be green for a little while yet.
Sure.
So we can do that. The other thing is, like if you've got tough plants like hosta and some of your other plants, you need to almost take a knife to cut them. You only need, like for a hosta, everybody loves hostas, and you only need 1 pip. That's only one little leaf in order for your hostas to start. So you can cut them down quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know. So, and hostas are expensive plants. So it's kind of nice to be able to move your plants around in your gardens.
Sure.
A lot of things, if you have plants, we're kind of zone 3, 4 here. And so therefore we have to be careful about the plants that might be more zone 4 or 5. So these are the time then in the fall here, after you clean up your beds, is to be sure that you're mulching some of those that you think might not be, alive here in the spring, because you never know how much snow cover we're going to get. And that's one of their biggest protective is the amount of snow that they get.
Okay, good. Well, those are all great tips for us, so thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move over to Denny. Denny, you kind of you specialize in the produce. Are there any tips that you have for us this fall?
Well, the main thing is fall cleanup in a vegetable garden. What you wait for is a first hard frost, which now has canceled your entire garden. You would clean up the garden, get all your dead vines, dead plants out, your tomato cages set to the side, and if you have any compost that you want to put in, this would be an ideal time to rototill it in or use a shovel and turn it into the soil. You could put in, use a time-release fertilizer like a 10-10-10. But remember, if you live on the lake, you want to stay away from phosphorus because it's very harmful to the lake. And then over the winter, basically your vegetable garden will sit there and look at you waiting for spring. And the one thing that gets people excited is in January, the seed catalogs come out. And if you've ever had anything to do with gardening and you get your first seed catalog, it's like a teenager getting his driver's license. You get excited.
Yes. So now, do you guys have big produce gardens yourself, or do you have a garden?
Well, our garden is 55 by 110. We live on Dead Lake. We have 2.5 acres where we live, so room is no problem. Getting an old man like me to work in the garden, that is the problem.
That's the problem.
Yes.
And how is your produce this year? Have you had a good year for it? Or?
No, not really, because of we water, and you can get to an argument about overhead irrigation or drip irrigation, which there are members on both sides. And it's been a hard year for everything. Trees, you will see in the spring the damage that they have received this year. We try and water, but on a 90-degree day, probably half your water evaporates into the air.
Okay, sure. Now, here's kind of a question for you. Do you have any problems with like deer trying to get into your garden or rabbits or anything like that? And do you have any tricks to keep them out?
Mainly what we have done, what we have found that works is we put supplemental feed in different places. So like for squirrels, we will put corn down by the lake, and you would be surprised at the number of squirrels that stay down by the lake to eat the free corn. Deer and raccoons, they're hard to control, probably with fencing, which does get very, very expensive. Then you'll get a situation like I had a few years ago where a friend of mine and I were going to get rid of a raccoon, and she came with her 2 little ones. She pushed the corn stalks over so the 2 little ones could each grab an ear, and my friend and I won't tell you what we had, but we got up and we walked back to the house and didn't do a darn thing. We let her feed her kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
But, like I say, you can sit up in your garden 20 hours a day, and they might sit behind you and wait for you to leave and then go in and eat in your garden. So you're not going to stop on everything.
Right. Okay, well, Denny and Carolyn, thanks so much for being here today. We sure appreciate it, and thanks for your great tips. I'm sure we will have you on again, and I'm sure you'll have more information to share. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The only one thing is I do have a little favorite for the rabbits, and I know
sure.
a lot of people don't like rabbits, but I tend to feed them in the wintertime, and then they leave my shrubs alone. When you find that the snow is 3-4 feet high, they are unable to get anything except what's above the snow, and so I feed them on the deck, and they have corn and oats and hay, and they don't bother my shrubs.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you for that. Thanks for being here today, Denny and Carolyn. We sure appreciate it. And thank you for joining us. If you have something you would like featured on the Perham Show, feel free to give me a call at 218-209-0453. Have a great day.